What's going on, everybody? I'm your boy, Retro Bliss. You're on Retro Bliss Gaming. Welcome. We're going to have some fun today. We're going to play Moon Cresta for the Atari 7800. This is a homebrew by Bob DeCrescenzo. And speaking of Bob DeCrescenzo, he's going to be on the podcast tonight. Yes, we have a podcast on the channel. It's called Retro Bliss Rewind, and we're going to be talking about his games. He has a list of them. These aren't all of them. These are a lot of them, but they're not all of them. We're going to be talking about the games. We're going to be talking about his programming, and we're going to be talking about possibly where you might be able to buy these. But if you can't buy them, guess what? There are many of these. Most of these, you can download them for free for emulation purposes. Right here in the description of this video, in the description, just click on the link, and it'll take you to the Atari Age page where you can download them for free. Yes. So I apologize for getting on the stream a little late. We got a new dog. Today's the first day that I'm dealing with the dog by myself. And this dog is being rehomed, and she's skittish. And anyway, I had some issues with her, and so anyway, here I am. So anyway, also, I invite you to get onto our Discord server. We have a Discord server. We have a place for where all of our videos, whenever we go have a video, it gets automatically linked into the server there, so you will know whenever we have a video, it will be there on the server. You guys can get on there and chat. And we also have a merch link there. We have some merch there you can get. And also, you guys can vocally chat. And also, we have a link there for our Retro Bliss Ninja contest, which we're going to talk about here in a minute. So, speaking of the Retro Bliss Ninja contest, the games for last week were Stampede and Private Eye. And for simplicity's sake, I'm just going to show the winning scores today. So, the winning score for Private Eye was Operation Shutdown, 47,832. Congratulations, you're the Retro Bliss Ninja. I'll tell you, everybody, if you don't know what that is, I'll tell you what he gets. And the winner for Stampede was also Operation Shutdown, 1,403. That is a tough game. I used to play that game a lot when I was a kid. I had that. It was a very fun game. I used to play that all the time. And so what he will get 2 cards. Each card will have the name of the games in the white area there, and then he will get 2 stickers like this in the mail. Now, yesterday was the last day. We had a poll. Do we want to include 7,800 games? If I including homebrews, if I include the ROM links, would we like to include 2,600 homebrews if I include the ROM links? And would you like to include arcade games, whether it be through emulation, arcade one-ups, or otherwise? And these were the results. And so 79% of you say you do want to include 7,800 games. 83% of you say you do want to include 2,600 homebrew games. And a whopping 88% of you do want to include arcade games, whether it be through MAME or Arcade 1-Up or otherwise. So, last week I had, and like I said last week, it's kind of on a week-to-week experimental basis, but last week I let the winners pick the games for this coming week, which are Mousetrap and Skiing for the contest. You have until, I believe it's the 18th. Let me double check. Yeah. The 18th to get your scores to me at retroblissgaming@gmail.com. As you saw, the proof of date was written on a piece of paper and shown within the picture. I want to see that. But as I was saying, I allowed last week the winners to pick these 2 games. And so Operation Shutdown, guess what? I can't promise I'm going to allow this every week. But since this is the first week what I want to do, we're going to do this as an experiment operation. And since you're on here, if you're still on here before the end of the show, I want you to pick a 7800 game, and I want you to pick an arcade MAME game. Okay? Think about it. Don't be hasty. Think about it. Make sure that the chat hasn't scrolled up to where I miss it. I want to make sure that I see it. But think about it, and we're going to pick the games while we're on the channel for the upcoming next week. Or you can actually let me, if you don't let me know now, that's okay. If you want to let me know in a private message in the Discord server, that might actually be better. That way it can be a surprise to everybody next week. If you want to do that, that's fine with me too. That might actually be a better idea. Once you do that, don't pick the games. No 2600 game next week. Nope. We're not going to do 2600 games next week. We've done a lot of 2600. Let's just try this. This is an experiment. This is because we've been doing 2600 games for 6 months now, nearly. Let's try some other games. Let's just see what happens. We're doing an Atari game. We're just doing an Atari 7800 game this time. You've been out anyway. You didn't participate in the last couple weeks anyway, Mike. So, Operation Shutdown, get on the Discord or Facebook or somewhere. Send me a private message and give me your choices, okay? I'm not going to reveal them until next week. All right? Okay, let's get to the game stream. We're going to play Moon Cresta by Bob DeCrescenzo. I hope I'm not butchering that up too bad. And we're going to talk to him tonight. And I'm going to ask him, dude, please tell me and help me to pronounce your name, because I've chatted with him through Facebook and through email, but I've never actually had a verbal conversation with him. So hopefully we'll be able to get this right. Mike, can you emulate on a PC or on the Mac? You can actually emulate 7800 games through Stella too. I don't know if you knew that or not. I've never done it, but it can be done. But it's not ideal. It's not ideal. I've never done it, but I've heard it can be done. Mike says he doesn't compete every week because he wants to let other people win. He doesn't have faith in you guys. Jerome says just call him Bob. So whenever I say Bob on the channel, I don't have to say his last name. Just say Bob. Yeah, the only rule is you can't pick a 2600 Pac-Man. Honestly, if you guys picked it, I guess I'm not playing it. If you guys want to play it, fine. I'm not playing it. That's just me. I'm not going to play it. All right, let's get to it. Moon Cresta. The dog's in my office with me. I had to get the crate out. That was what took me a few minutes. I had to get the crate out. Come on, I can't hit the broadside of the barn. Why am I not hitting these guys? You have to hit the center. Dirty dog. No. What are those things? Oh. See, now I got 2 shots, but my ship is too big. Ah. See what you guys are saying. Well, Mike, I'm not moving away from 2,600 games altogether. This is just a 1-week deal. I just want to try it. I want to see. I need participation. I need participation. That's why I'm doing it. I'm trying to get some participation. So, because that's what I'm looking for. I want you guys to participate if it means that we get more participation by moving away from some of the 2,600 games for a while. The reason is we've had better participation with some of the more popular 2,600 games, but because we've played a lot of those already and we're getting to some of the more obscure 2,600 games, we're not getting some of the participation. So we're moving on to some other consoles right now. That's just the way it is. That's why we had the poll, and that's why you guys overwhelmingly chose to do some of the other consoles and the arcade games. So that's what we're doing. I love Atari 2600. That's why we play a lot of it on this channel. I love it. I don't want to get away from it. But if we're going to do the Ninja contest, I want some participation. And if it means that we have to move away from the 2600 for a little while, we're going to try it just to see. This isn't permanent at all. But I just want to see, and we're going to let Operation Shutdown choose some interesting games, some good games that he knows that you guys are going to want to play. And we're going to just see. That's really what it amounts to for me. I get what Mike is saying. I definitely understand. But I need participation. Because if not, we can just do the channel with just the streaming, because we got to have participation, period. We had quite a bit of people responding to the poll, so people are interested in wanting to do the other stuff. So I think the problem is it's the game selection. Dang. No, Mike. I'm not criticizing what you're saying. I'm explaining my position. That's all I'm doing. I'm just explaining my position. I'm not. Trust me. I'm not. It's all good. It's okay. I'm not upset. I'm just. We've got to get, because it takes time for me to do the ninja stuff, and if we're not going to get the participation part of it down, then really we can just do the streaming, and I'm good with that part of it. What are those things? I'm killing them, but they keep coming back. So I guess my my performance allowed me to separate No! Mr. Bassman won't allow MAME. He doesn't like MAME. But like I said, you guys can play that on Arcade 1-Up. But I want to show that it's a current game. We're gonna have to figure out a way to do that. Because like on a MAME cabinet. Oh, fudge. You know how to show the high score? I want to make sure that the score, it's a current score when we show the scores. Retro bass gaming. No, Mike's a good man. I get it. Mike is a realist gamer. Somewhat like me. I do a lot of emulation when I play with you guys, but honestly, when I play for fun, I would rather do it in the Bliss cave on my consoles, and the older systems like the ColecoVision and Television, the Atari, my Atari systems, my Sega Master System, and the Genesis and whatnot. I'd rather play those on a CRT. I personally think those are the way they're meant to be played. Although I don't have the collections that he does, that's why I have multi-carts for many of my consoles, and I do use ROMs for a lot of those. I'm building my collection, but I don't have. Mike's got a collection. He's been collecting for a long time. I have not. So, but I still like the experience of playing on the console, so that's why I use the multi-carts for many of those. But anyway, I get what Mike's saying. I definitely understand where he's coming from. So I'm not hating what he's saying. Purist, yeah, Mike's a purist. That's what I meant to say. Good word. Operation Shutdown. Good word. You guys, Mr. Bassman, he sticks up for me. He's got my back. So I had 10,000 something. I didn't look. That's kind of the bad thing. The only thing, because when Bob programmed these games, he programmed these some time ago. Some of them don't keep track of your high scores. And there's definitely no save key support for any of them that I know of. Like Champ Games do. Nope. And I believe Moon Cresta was an arcade game. So I don't know how authentic the sounds are and the graphics are to the arcade versions. Oh, come on, it came down on me, dirty dog. Oh, I hate you. Oh, idiot. Did I lose a ship? I lost a ship after that too. I didn't know I was gonna lose a ship. I'm not doing good this game. Oh, there's a port for this on the ColecoVision. I'm assuming that's a homebrew. Oh, you know what? It is a homebrew. I do remember seeing that. I do remember seeing that. Oh, it came back on me. Opcode. Opcode has a port of this for the ColecoVision. Yep. I've not played it. No! Crud. Opcode also has an excellent collection for the Pac-Man as well. I wasn't a fan of the Pac-Man for the ColecoVision, so I'd have to check that out. Mike says he loves their games. He doesn't like their membership model. One of these days I might make some money on this channel where I can buy. Oh no! I shouldn't have went over there to get that. I'll make enough to buy enough homebrews for other systems. The problem is I want homebrews, but I want to expand my collection and do. It's expensive to be a collector. Oh. Terrence is here. I don't know if they have a bonus stage in this game or not because I haven't gotten that far. I've gone through 2 levels so far. Let's see their options. Let's see. No, it does. I can't tell. Oh, not already. Oh man, where's the rage? Where's my rage reset button? Guitar. Guitar Giro. What's going on, Geo? Not Giro, Geo. I can't talk today. He's definitely got a good name if he said got a guitar in it. We got Mr. Bassman here. Guitar Geo. No! We're gonna have a band here in a minute. We get a drummer here. Hey, do you know how you know when the stage is level? Guitar Geo, do you know how do you know when your stage is level? When there's drool coming out of both sides of the drummer's mouth. And who's that? You know, when you're traveling, who's that guy that hangs around with the band all the time? With the musicians. Oh yeah, it's a drummer. No, it's the drummer. Not roadies, it's the drummer. No! No! You know, I'll make drummer jokes, but if you don't have a good drummer, oh, dang it, I can't talk. I just screwed up. Being a bass player, the bass player and the drummer basically what I call the skeleton of the music. They hold it together. They hold it together. And the other instruments are the body of the music. If you don't have a good drummer and a good bass player to hold it together, the other instruments, they can't do their thing. They just can't. And the bass player and the drummers, they have their time to shine. But they have a job to do. You know, the bass player has to hold down the bottom, and the drummer has to keep the time and the rhythm, and you know, of course nowadays everybody's got a click track that they play with, and you you know, if they're playing live, they got their in-ear, you know, everything's, and they got a MD talking. So it's everything. It's not like it used to be back in the day where you just winged it and played live, you know. Operation Shutdown knows because he plays live all the time. Mike likes metal music. He's a headbanger. Yep, if you don't have a good bass and drum in there, you're done. Speaking of done. Speaking of headbangers, we're going to have a headbanger on the podcast the 16th of April. His name's MC Murr. I don't know if you guys know him or not, but he's a YouTuber, and he's kind of famous for game hunting. And I haven't we haven't advertised it yet, but he's going to be on the podcast on April 16th, and we're going to be talking about video game hunting and how to find video games on the cheap, and how to build your collection. And so I watched many of his videos. I was talking with him. I said, man, I saw you have some of his videos. He had some of his equipment out. I said, man, I see you kind of a musician. And so we were talking about that. And yeah, he said he used to be a lead singer and guitar player for a rock group. Why do they reappear sometimes and not? Oh, I don't understand the game. Why do they reappear sometimes and not others? Oh! They have cloaking devices. Mike says the ships have cloaking devices. Dude, you guys... You guys, if you're not musicians, you guys are missing out. Once you get... It takes work to be a musician at first. Getting to know music theory and your instrument and how it applies to your... Dang it! Where... I can't do the rage reset on this thing. Is there... No, there's not a reset button on here. once you learn music theory and how it applies to your instrument and how you can play it, and you get familiar with your instrument and where the notes, chords, and all that. I'm just gonna die. But once you get all that down, you understand that music is so much fun. Mr. Bassman, I've seen him on Facebook, and he's a bass player, obviously, and he plays a number of genres. He's good. He's good. He has great technique, and I know for a fact he has great technique. I bet this year I will have been playing 50 years on. Oh, dang it. My dad bought me my first bass guitar. I got a Gibson EBO back when I was 9 years old. Yeah. He was a Southern gospel guitar player, and he needed a bass player. So he bought me a bass guitar player and started taking me to get lessons right away. And he took me out and started having me play in front of people like that year. And so I've been playing in front of people for a long time. But I was a rebel. Because he did. I can't talk and play. He didn't like anything but country music, you know. And man, I was in the back in the day, you know. We just had the 4 channels on TV up until you know, the early 80s, you know, mid-early 80s. And when we got MTV, that was the bomb, man. And I can remember, I actually, I had enough credits to graduate high school when I was in 11th grade. And so I had a teacher. I was wanting to be an engineer, and I had already got my credits for some of my classes, and the other classes I was taking I wanted to get because I was going to be an engineer. I was actually going to night school for, so I was the day classes I didn't need to actually go to. So they said, well, as long as you get your work done, we don't care if you're here or not. Believe it or not, that's what they told me. So I was coming home, and I was watching MTV all the time. So, yeah, man, Van Halen, Def Leppard, Journey, AC/DC. Go! So, my dad, he didn't like that. He didn't like that I was playing. I wanted to play things other than his country music. And when I went to try to incorporate my style into his music, he didn't like that at all. He'd get mad. He'd get mad at me. But then when I had kids of my own, I got them into music so much so that I got them started really young too. But they both have degrees from Northern Kentucky University. They have bachelor's degrees, and they both do music. My oldest boy, he does it as a profession. my oldest boy, he actually soloed vocally with the Cincinnati Symphony Orchestra. He's good, man. He's really good. They let me sing solo in church one time. Solo, you can't hear me. Of course, nowadays, the church I go to, we rock the flock. It's not Amazing Grace anymore. They don't do that. But Mr. Bassman, that boy, oh, dang it. As soon as I open my mouth, I die. But Mr. Bassman, he's sick. That boy's sick. And I heard him, he gave me a link, man. He's played in a Rush cover band a number of times. I love Rush. That was another band that I love to watch on MTV. I wouldn't let my dog watch MTV now, though. It's not about the music anymore. I couldn't move anymore. You can't see, but I couldn't move over to the right anymore. I was already where I could be. But see, I like all kinds of music. I like jazz. I like funk. I like, there we go. Okay. I like reggae. Actually, I like Operation Shutdown. He plays in a band. It's called Trucker. What's it called? I want to say Trucker Rock. Pretty good. Trucker Rock, yeah, Trucker Rock. Geddy Lee on bass was sick, man. Oh, come on! Southern rock with blues on a harmonica. How in the world did I die? Let's play one more. So, what are you saying, you Unpatched Gamer? Did you play or what? Honestly, I grew up in a majority black neighborhood, and I actually had a lot of black friends and black musician friends, and one of my buddies actually played in a band who was in a who had a top 40 hit. I can't remember what the name of the song was now. Back in the 80s. But see, I like Motown. I like all that, man. And I can play it too. I love Stevie Wonder. No. You lose a man when you do that. No! That was stupid. All right. All right. Well, guys, Moon Cresta, that was a lot of fun. The link in the description, the game's there if you want to download and emulate it. If you have a concerto or a backbit for your 7800, you can play it on your console. If not, you can emulate this on a PC or on a Mac. It plays on OpenEMU. If not, on a Mac, I would suggest downloading a 7800 emulator. I'm using A7800 version 5.2. I love it. It's great. No issues. It's actually somewhat. It's got the MAME. It looks like MAME, When you boot it up, it looks exactly like MAME, but it's not MAME. It might have a MAME engine of some type, I don't know, but it's specific for the 7800, and it works great. So I would highly suggest it. The games for the Ninja contest are Mousetrap and Skiing, and you have until the 18th to get your scores to me at retroblissgaming@gmail.com. And don't forget about the podcast tonight with Bob DeCrescenzo, Moon Cresta, and all the other games in his collection we're going to be talking about tonight, and we're going to be talking to him about his programming, and we may even find out if he's going to start selling these things again. That would be exciting to find out. So you guys get on there, get on the chat, talk to us about it, and if you have any questions for him, we'll ask him. We'll ask him tonight. So with that, you guys have an awesome day. We'll see you tonight on the podcast. Take care. Bye.